Oh, my bad. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Tuesday night flight, baby. And we ready to take you off to the skies, the friendly skies of sports and entertainment. Talking a little Olympics, talking a little football, talking a little Marvin Harrison. We are the Sideline Junkies Podcast Network in conjunction with Clear Production Sports. I am the Midnight Rider. She's the Swamp Queen. He's the big guy KG. I'm about to turn this over to our host, the big guy KG. Take it away, sir.
What's happening, good folks? Thank you for the brilliant introduction there, Midnight Rider. As you can see, let me go ahead and sit back. I'm representing little hot buttered soul tonight, little Black Moses for you. For those that are uninitiated, little Isaac Hayes. So, welcome to the Tuesday night flight. Before we get this thing started, we have to say a couple of things. Number one, the Saturday Night WrestleManiacs, soon to be seen on MeTV. Get your popcorn ready because we're going to take over Saturday mornings. I'm telling you that now. Because we've been grinding hard for 6 years for this. You can be able to see us as well as Beyond Me the Show, all in football, all on MeTV in New York, Phoenix, Hartford, Los Angeles, Seattle, Des Moines, Chicago, Cleveland, South Bend, Dallas, Nashville, Orlando, Houston, Salt Lake City, St. Louis, Milwaukee, and Washington, D.C. So we'll let you know immediately when our time slot is coming up and what dates you can see us on. But be ready because we about
Will
to
that
get
be
it.
before or after Batman?
That will be before.
Gotcha.
Secondly, we haven't done it in a while, but it needs to be done. BuyFortMose.com. That's www.buyfortmose.com. Use our discount code, so /discount maniacs. Buy yourself a little tasty beverage there. Get a little something to sip on, and get that right. Last but not least, if you're in the mood for a car, get you from point A to point B, go to Helen Hunt Motors. Only one location. We get ready to open up another location, but not right now. But it's only one location, so it's near you. You want a great car, affordable prices, no questions asked. Go to Helen Hunt for it. All right. Let's start off with the NFL Top 100. Gee, me Christmas. Any thoughts on this before we go over the list?
The list is always messed up, mostly because they actually let the players pick the players in the list, which goes back to what I was telling people all beforehand. Is the list, and they always mess it up. I mean, they always put somebody where it doesn't make sense. Like you got the 3 Jets defenders, Sauce Gardner, Quentin Williams, and I forget the third guy. It might be his brother, Quentin Williams. They're like all in the 30s. They should be a little bit higher. It's just like little things that they didn't take into account, and this always happens with this list because I don't know. It's just something about this list. It seems like they always get something wrong. And I know we probably want to talk about the top 10, but yeah, there's some players in spots that don't make sense to me.
So, question: like, who comes up with this list?
Well, they
So,
try
like,
to tell you that they poll the players, and the players basically start making a list, and then they go through some version of what I want to say. They melt the list down to one main list after they get all the extras information from everybody, and they meld it into one list, and that becomes the NFL players list. And then, of course, they have the segments after they introduce the players where there's always a player or two that tends to what's the word I'm looking for? They tend to talk about the player. But the thing that's ironic to me is most of the time they have some of the same players talking about multiple players. Did I miss anything, KG?
No, you got it. Looking at just go. I'm gonna skim through. Number 100, Zaire Franklin. 90, Levante David 99. I didn't agree with that. Cam Hayward 98, Terry McLaurin 97, Trevor Lawrence 94. Trevor Lawrence, if anything, should have been 100. I mean, what has he done? Harrison Smith 93, Aaron Rodgers 92. From 90 to 81, you got Buda Baker at 89. How? Saquon Barkley at 86. Okay. DK Metcalf at 84. Derwin James at 83. Montez Sweat at 82. Kirk Cousins at 81. Apparently, Lady C having technical difficulties here, jumping in and out.
No, yeah, it's definitely me. I just can't operate technology today. I've been definitely in a fight with everything technical today. So, yeah, it is.
Minka Fitzpatrick, 79. Dre Greenlaw is 76. Justin Herbert, 75. Garrett Wilson, 72. Laramie Tunsil, 71. Oh, shoot, I skipped over one. Hold on. I messed up.
I mean, the kicker with the list is, I mean, you're trying to pinhole 100 guys into spots, and then you want to also spread guys out because you don't want the list to be 1 through 15 all quarterbacks, and then you start putting other people in spots. So that's where it kind of gets a little shaky to begin with. And then the other part is just like, how do you make it make sense? You know, how do you put such and such at 20, but then the next highest receiver, you know, is at like 35 or something like that? Just random stuff like that is also stuff that kind of throws you off.
Number 70, Amari Cooper, 69, Cooper Kupp. Brandon Ayuk, 66. Jordan Poyer, 65. Patrick Queen is 64. Jalen Waddle, 63. Man, it's a lot of players that you would think would be rated higher are not.
But then you got to move people out too.
Yeah. Bobby Wagner's 59. Raheem Mostert is 60. Stephon Diggs, 56. Jonathan Allen, 54. Keenan Allen, 51. Patrick Surtain, the second, is 52. Then you get down to the nitty gritty, and you start looking at 51. 50, oh God, jeez. I'm fat fingering it here. Hold on. I had to blow the screen up. My fingers are too big. Derrick Henry's 49, Jared Goff's 48, Aiden Hutchinson 47. He should be way higher. He'd have moved up 41 spots, but he should be way higher. Antoine Winfield Jr. 46, Jamar Chase 45, Matthew Stafford 42, Lane Johnson 41. I mean, this is it's a popularity contest. I understand. Devontae Adams 40, Joe Burrow 39, Sauce Gardner 38, Quentin Williams 37, like the Midnight Rider said. Tua Tagovailoa. Somebody better jump on that name if you haven't already. And fantasy Hawk Tua for your fantasy team name.
Please don't ever do that again.
I'm good on that.
As long as you're a man, please don't ever do that. Me being a woman with some sort of dignity and class, I would never do that.
I'm secure on my manhood.
Lives down wrong.
Puka Nacua, number 33. Quincy Williams, 32. Now you get into the top 30. And Debo Samuel's 30. Khalil Mack 29. When's the last time Khalil Mack has been relevant in this league? It's been what, 3-4 years now?
I think he had a 4-sack game last year, bro. Khalil Mack put up. All right, hold on. I'll go to the research. You go ahead and stay there and do your thing.
Okay. I'm asking the question because Khalil Mack was on he was on Dirk Thomas status for a long time. But he was one of the most feared rushers when he was in Oakland and when he was in Chicago. Once he got to LA, nah. Brock Purdy's 28.
He's got double-digit sacks.
Okay. You do the research. Let me know. Nick Bosa's 27.
17 sacks.
When you say 17, I need see we got to because this is what I learned. When you say 17, this is what I learned from you. I also learned it from the professor. Break down that 17 for me. How many of those were against good teams? Because Ryan Kerrigan used to come up with double-digit sacks every year, but he dominated against the Giants, and there was the most of his sack total right there. Shout out to the showstopper, but I'm call a spade a spade.
Like I said, I know he had a 4-sack game against somebody. Let's see.
Mike Evans is 26, Jalen Ramsey 25, AJ Brown 21. This is garbage. CJ Stroud is 20, his first year on the list. Roquan Smith 19, Justin Jefferson 18, Micah Parsons 17, Dak Prescott at 16. Really?
I don't know why everybody acts like Dak Prescott is a god-awful quarterback.
He's not a god-awful quarterback, but he cannot win when winning counts the most.
He's the hot
point of the
too.
poll, though. Oh boy. So here's the breakdown. So week 4, it looks like he had 6 sacks against the Raiders. He had 1 sack the following week against the Cowboys. Skip forward 3 weeks. He has 2 against the Jets. Skip a week. He has 3 consecutive weeks where he has 2 sacks in each game. Then he goes on another little break, and then he gets a sack each in the last 2 ball games.
Okay, so you could take away 4 of those because you said what, 1 against the Cowboys and then 3 against the Jets. So it puts them down to 13 sacks. Go ahead.
And 6 against the Raiders?
Yeah. Okay.
2 against the Jets.
2 against the Jets. Okay. So yeah, we're deducting. So go ahead.
Why are we deducting sacks?
Because with the breakdown, right, with the breakdown that you're given, if the sacks ain't against, good teams, then hell, it don't count.
Who said
that? No, we're not doing that.
You say who said that? Hold on. I'm using I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. We're using your logic against you.
I know what you're about to say.
We're using your logic against you. That's why I said it. That's exactly why I said it, because it's the same logic you come up with when I talk about Preston Smith, when I talk about Ryan Kerrigan. That's the same logic you use.
Mm-hmm.
You just bad teams.
Okay.
Continue. So they don't count.
Rackpo. I never said I deducted them. I never said I'd take away the sacks. I never said, Ryan Kerrigan only had 4 sacks. I just said you got to watch who he has them against. But I like the way you twisted my words. I like that.
You're welcome.
Twisting words. Jalen Hurts, number 15. George Kittle, 14. Josh Allen, 12. Fred Warner, 11. Now let's go through the whole top 10. From 10 to 1. 1 to 10. 10 to 1. Max Crosby, number 10. Travis Kelce, number 9. TJ Watt.
Whoa. Max Crosby is well deserving of top 10.
I agree with that.
Should be higher because he's one of the more dominant right ends in football. Go ahead.
I agree with that. Travis Kelce, number 9.
I think his year started slow, but I can live with that.
I'm not going to say it. I'm going to leave it alone. TJ Watt, number 8.
I think he should be higher.
The Silverback, Trent Williams, number 7.
That's one spot. You can push Trent back to 7 or 8 and move up the TJ Watt.
Chris Jones, number 6.
All right, TJ Watt got to stay where he is because Chris Jones deserves that.
Myles Garrett, number 5.
I'd actually flip Myles Garrett and TJ Watt.
Patrick Mahomes, number 4.
Makes sense because I think he only threw for 26 touchdowns. All right, here we go. Back to off to the stats.
Christian McCaffrey, number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar Jackson, number 2, who's up 70 spots, but number 2.
Wasn't he MVP?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
And
That's why he went up.
Yeah, and number 1, Tyreek Hill, who should have been MVP.
We're not gonna not give the quarterback an award.
Yeah, and I think the whole logic is stupid, but okay.
We're
I can agree
looking
with the top
for
5. Those last 5
touchdown numbers, right?
What was that? Both of y'all were talking at the same time.
Go ahead, Ben.
27 touchdowns for Pat Mahomes. I'm sorry. I was off by 1. You can take your back.
Patrick Mahomes. So top 10 is solid. You could put it in any order and it's solid. So I'll give the top 10 its due. At first I was like, I don't really think Tyreek Hill should be number 1. But then I thought about it. He did have an MVP caliber season. They were talking about giving him the MVP in like week 10.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. He almost broke the single season receiving yards. He led the league with almost 1,800 yards in receiving with 119 receptions, 13 touchdowns. But he did get hurt late in the season with an ankle injury. And he also helped. He was a part of that resurgence in Miami and that dominance of that offense. If Miami puts together an offensive line that can keep Tua upright, man, they're gonna do something special.
Their issue is they swoon every year in the last part of the season, and they got to figure that out. And some of that has to deal with the fact that they play games in cold weather, and the cold weather don't agree with them. So that's another reason why you gotta figure something out in terms of how you pick your team, how you train your team. You gotta do something. Maybe you get like some heated benches and you carry them to every stadium you go to.
Everybody else does. Remember they brought the heated benches to FedEx.
Yeah, that's only because they claimed that the ones they had over there didn't work, and then the idiot boy and company decided to do that themselves every time they went somewhere for like the last 3 weeks, and I think they were on 3 in all those weeks of that, which was a beautiful thing. At least we got our benches.
Yeah, got something to sit your ass on.
You might get blown out by 30, but hey,
at least your butt's warm.
My butt's warm, baby.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I'm in a dome.
Ass the fire.
The beer's warm, your ass warm.
Oh, you don't want your beer warm.
Since we're talking about Washington, one of my favorite lines from the movie Fresh, when Fresh went to go see his dad, who was Samuel L. Jackson, he said, "Hey, you want a beer?" He said, "It's warm." He said, "It tastes like a warm tub of piss that somebody farted in." That's how I describe the beer at FedEx Field. But FedEx Field is no more. So, possible temporary names for the stadium that sits in Landover, which is called Commanders Field as of right now. Possible, because I don't think this is a permanent home. I think they're gone within the next 3 years.
Where they going in 3 years, dog? You ain't even put a shovel in the ground. Who you got making this stadium?
Dude, you realize it doesn't take that long anymore. All you need is a solid year. They built SoFi in a year and a year and some change. It don't take that long.
Dog, you talking about DC or Maryland? Talking about having to first get it through legislation and even get somebody to vote on it. Then you gotta work the logistics out, and if you get 3 years,
you putting it together? Are you like digitally printing this thing? Like, what's up?
You using a Scantron to build a stadium? What we doing, bruh?
You're right.
No. I'm just. I think you 5. Yes. 3.
Okay, let's not say 3. Let's say 5. Because I forgot the other caveat of it. You have another chef that has entered the kitchen in the last couple of months. So one Angela also Brooks. So just possible names. Like, I'm getting hand signals and she telling me we running 50 gut. I'm like, why are we running 50 gut?
Like Omaha. Every time you get confused, just yell Omaha.
No, she going through the whole gyrations. I'm like, why is she calling 50 gut right now? Like, no, we don't need to salt it away. We need to score. Trips left,
Okay.
6, 8, 9 hook. On one. Okay. I'm sorry. I read that wrong. We didn't say 50 gut. We running 50 gut later. She called snake eyes. So it's money time.
Okay.
You only call snake eyes in the real zone.
Okay.
Right, so what's the possible stadium names you want to talk about?
Well, I got my own personal ones, but I mean, I would love to hear if you had one or two.
I'm gonna tell you, this is like I said with the name. Just give me a proper noun. I'm good. I'm good. I don't. Hey, we could be, as long as we not like Preparation H Stadium.
Yeah. No corporate sponsoring. Because this is not permanent home, so no corporate sponsoring.
I think Helen Hunt Motors should sponsor it.
Helen Hunt Field. I like it. Hey, we all get ready to go. Helen Hunt.
I gotta get a 20 on this. What are you talking about, dog? No corporate names.
Not right now. You get a permanent home. You get a corporate name. Okay. When we talking about the whole, listen to what I'm saying. When we talked about the whole RFK thing, I said, whatever you do, you can call it blue dog shit at RFK Stadium. That's it. If this is speaking hypothetically, if they got the RFK site to redevelop, you would take and you call it.
Is blue dog shit paying for the naming rights?
Yeah. Then that's what we'll call it. They're gonna pay for that. It's gonna be blue dog shit field at RFK. There you go.
You're losing me right now. So you don't want a corporate sponsor, but you want the people at Blue Dog shit to sponsor the stadium.
No, I'm saying if that was a permanent home, that's what I'm talking about. The corporate sponsorship, the intricacies of corporate sponsorships right now. Yeah, it's revenue, but you're gonna you're gonna have a corporation put their name on a stadium for maybe a possible 5 years. How much money do you think can be made off of that in 5 years?
Enough. This is more than what you had. You need everything you get because you done spent money on renovating the locker rooms. You done spent money on renovating or doing parts of the stadium. So you need money to come in as much as possible. And all you do is you give them a 5-year option to buy in 6 and 7, just in case we don't have our permanent home in place. And then you give them first rights to the new stadium.
Okay.
He's good.
So who would you target first?
Who am I targeting? I don't care. Target. Since we targeted somebody, target. Oh, no, they got it filled already.
Your Target already
Walmart.
has a field in Minnesota.
Walmart's owned by. Okay, we can't do Walmart.
Nope, because that's owned by the Cole family.
Amazon.
I thought about Amazon. Yes,
Amazon.
Amazon fee, but no, that's a conflict of interest because Amazon has a football package, so that'd be a conflict of interest.
No, it wouldn't necessarily be a conflict of interest. It'd be more of a monopoly.
All right, then I don't know. Roman Rooster Chicken Stadium.
Roman Rooster. Slim Chickens.
Yeah.
Slim Chickens.
Look, all right, look, I got 5 on it. We can call it the Sideline Junkies. Hell, anything. Anybody. I mean, shit, we ain't corporate, but hey, market it right. I make a little something. I got $5 on it.
We can do something.
Y'all crazy, man. What's your names? I'm curious now.
Well,
I just need a little sticker. Just put a little sticker on the side of the
we
building.
don't need no big sign on. Just put a sticker right there. This little right there. The logo.
Yeah.
Sam checking
Little
in. Perry checking in. What's good, fam? Hey, Perry.
Hi, Perry.
Go over to check out Straight to Tape. They back filming, so you need to go check them out ASAPidly. He said, I just walked on the lawn, huh? No. It's just fodder. That's all, just fodder. I'm curious. He said, whoever pays, yes. But now, I'm thinking along the lines of, to be honest, if we're going to do it for 5 years. Now, originally, this stadium was called Jack Kent Cooke Stadium, of course. Personally, if I had to choose a name, and it was only a temporary name, I would call it Joe Jackson Gibbs Field. There it is.
Why is that?
It's named after the greatest coach in our history.
I know, but go ahead.
That's what I would name it, and I would name it that just for a small time.
I get that, but still, I would call, if anything, I would wait till the new stadium comes and honor him that way and name the field after him at the new stadium. Because that way it's a new message going forward. You still hold on to your past, but you're going forward with this new project. And you know they're not just building a stadium, right? Like they're trying to build homes and restaurants and all that into all of this.
Yeah, and I know all of that is to come. And I've had this conversation. I've wrote articles on this, everything. Like I've even fleshed it out to the point that you can go through how they failed with this particular site with FedEx Field. How all of that failed. That should have been one of your premier sites, because when that stadium opened, not only did you have the stadium in the neighborhood, you should have revitalized Landover Mall as well. And then boom, you got it. But no, you had yourself a nice little complex, but you ruined it. Everything got ruined.
Everything got ruined.
Yeah, okay. Ruined it. Everything got ruined.
Well, I mean, the issue is they tried to push that into the ground before the old man killed over. And then the old man didn't exactly leave the son in the best position to carry on, because he didn't think he wanted it anyway. Probably didn't think he deserved it.
Yeah, which was kind of effed up, but
that's not effed up. I mean, you got a lot of rich people that's doing that. What's your man for Geico?
For Geico?
Yeah. Warren something. I forget his name. But like he has a thing where his money goes to like a bunch of charities, and his grandkids and them they got to fend for themselves.
Yeah, well. A couple of comments. Perry say he loved that. Better than KKK Cooke Stadium. No, that you thinking of George Preston Marshall. That's what you thinking of. Like I went by RFK yesterday, and they done took the plaques down off the wall. They done took everything down, but I'm trying to figure out if they took the helmets up that were on on the side of the stadium when you walk in. I'm trying to figure out if they took those up because I'm getting ready to go talk to somebody, see if I can get me one of those. You help me bring that in, Ben, please, sir.
What helmets you talking about, dog?
You know, they got these giant stone helmets. No, they're not stone, they're tile. And they're all in one piece and they're huge. I'm gonna need to bring both of those in.
Yeah, I think I'm expecting a backache that day.
You don't want to help with the daggone floor model TV. You don't, man.
Dog, my lifting days of carrying people's objects up steps is over. I am officially retired from that.
Killing me, Small.
I will get movers. I got $5. I got $5 on Two Brothers Moving to help you out move that thing to wherever you're trying to move it to.
I was actually even gonna buy you some chicken, man.
I'll throw in a crackhead. I'll throw in a crackhead for you. Because I lose
my daggone floor model TV on his back and running.
I mean, I feed, I help feed, I cook some, jambalaya, some gumbo or something like that.
Sam says, call it the Ark like Stargate.
I like Stargate.
I don't have a problem with that. The Thunderdome. Now, see, we had this discussion. If we call it the Thunderdome, you got to pay the People's Choice Don Rodriguez because he came up with the concept of the Thunderdome that WWE was using on this very podcast. And a month later, WWE came out with the Thunderdome. That was his concept that we never got fucking paid for yet again. But I digress. Barry say my bad. And he said, y'all my number one source for DC sports. I'm just throwing stuff out there right now. See what sticks.
Excuse me.
Sam say just get some guys at Home Depot to help you. Shit. Man, I can move my whole entire house like that. And they be ready to work. Love it. Respect for the Stargate reference. But I'm just throwing stuff out there to stick. So moving on. Marvin Harrison Jr. does not have a NFL PA deal. So NFL Shop has blocked any custom renderings of his jersey. And I've only heard the NFL Shop doing that one other time, and that's the whole Ron Mexico jersey. No, because everybody was running around making Ron Mexico Falcons jerseys, and now all of a sudden you can't make Ron Mexico jerseys at all.
That's right.
So how do we get past this impasse with the Players Association? Because I thought that was a thing that when you signed your contract, it was like you signed it with the union as well.
No, so that's the thing. It's the two parts to this deal, and he's refusing to sign the second part. He signed his contract for his team deal, but he hasn't signed his what is the word? Image and likeness portion of his deal. So more than likely, if I'm reading the room right, he would probably not be on Madden 24 or 25, whatever the next Madden is.
25.
Yeah, they'd have to make up some player and put him at the end of the bench like they used to do Michael Jordan back in the day. So that's where we are. And I mean, but I kind of expected it from this kid because the whole draft process, he was doing his own thing. He didn't work out for any teams. He missed out on certain meetings. He didn't do pre-draft meetings for the most part. So you knew he didn't even do the workouts. So you knew that something was coming down the pipeline. So I just expected this.
This is horseshit. I don't why be so difficult?
Maybe he's trying to get something out of it, or maybe he's trying to make a stand because he feels like, I mean, personally, I feel like the NFL PA is one of the worst PAs in the world because we're talking about guys right now that are doing training camp, but because they're holding out of camp, they're paying these exorbitant fines, but they don't get paid their regular salary until week 1. So how can you fine me big time money when I don't get my big time money until September? Like you can find me like whatever they pay you, whatever my per diem is. Why am you allowed to find me 150 grand a game a practice when I'm not getting 50,000 right now to do this little training camp thing?
Agreed.
Like there's so many places that the NFLPA just totally botched this. Now we're going to go to 18 games. How are we getting 18? Are we restructuring contracts now that even though they was built on a 17 game schedule, because now we have the 18th game, I'm getting my prorated. I'm getting my salary prorated. Like we gotta figure something out here. I can't just play 18th game and you're not compensating me. You just be like, oh, you know, your old money's your new money. No, it's not. Because you wasn't paying me that money in the preseason. So the preseason games don't count. So how you gonna compensate me?
Here's a question.
Go ahead, talk to me, baby.
What happened to all the safety talk and we're worried about concussions, we're worried about this, but you added a 17th game, then you're trying to add an 18th game, but it's like at this certain point, they're not even worried about concussions and injuries anymore.
Oh, they worry about it. That's why you can use the Guardian helmet and all that stuff.
Yeah,
and they don't care. No, you can use the Guardian helmet this year in game. That's why everybody's Guardian helmet. If you've seen the new Guardian helmets, they got that little cloth thing that looks like the actual helmet.
Oh,
so that way because you weren't gonna just have no plain gray thing out on our field. No, you still gotta get the logo. You gotta rock the logo.
You're gonna be able to run along the field and look like Mark Kelso. Everybody's just gonna look like Mark Kelso.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm assuming they would probably give you a pizza party at the end of the season. You know how they do to boost employee morale. It's a pizza party. You know.
Last season we went through 67 starting quarterbacks.
Here's another.
No! Don't walk past that.
I'm not walking past it. I was getting ready to add
They say quarterback is the most important position, but we had 67 dudes throw a pass last season in a 17 game schedule. What are we gonna have in 18? Hey, I know you like trying to tape your ankles up. You might get a shot.
Throw the towel boys in, throw the water boys in. You know, hey.
I think I can throw for at least $175 this first week. Once I get warmed up, then I'll start dropping them $300 bombs.
Mm-hmm. Like Little League, everybody plays. You know, everybody.
Ooh, we can run the wishbone.
All right.
This dude already talking about plays. Okay.
Oh shit! Why you gotta shake your head like I'm joking? I
know you are.
I only run full house.
The problem is in the joking, there's a thin line of truth in there.
Right.
Like you actually believe it.
No, sure.
KG, I've been around you long enough. There's a thin line of belief that you could throw for 170.
Boy, you get tired in your dreams. Don't even start.
I'm pretty sure with a ramp up to get myself back and get my win back, I'm doing more than 170.
Exactly.
I know I can do. I'm confident in my abilities. I'm confident in my skill set.
You hang on to that, honey. I mean, we got your back though. We will be there at that game supporting you.
Until you came to this house and had to chase Meatloaf through this house, you don't know what endurance is. Because that child ain't got no off switch. Chase Meatloaf through this house and you ain't got to worry about running from no 300-pound defensive lineman because Meatloaf gonna keep you on your toes anyway, so you ain't never gonna stop.
Bless it. Listen, I wouldn't do that because I know how to throw, so I'm good. I ain't running shit. I know how to throw.
Let me explain something to you.
Get slapped with a pillow around here.
Not to toot my own horn.
Oh boy.
Oh Lord.
This body right here, this temple right here, was in the gym playing 7 games on a Saturday. when everybody else younger than me was tired, man. I'm tired. I'm going home. What y'all quitting for? We can keep going.
And how old were you?
This is only what 2 years ago, a couple of years ago. I was in the gym on a regular basis every Saturday. Anybody can tell you we was in there on every Saturday. Fantastic Five. We got on there one game. We played 7 games. The Fantastic Five won 6 out of the 7 most of the time. Sometimes we won 7. We were just that dominant.
You said 2 years ago?
Yes.
Nah, I'd have known you longer than 2 years, but all your gym glory days was way back when. But okay,
Actually,
you go ahead.
Actually not. Dario, am I lying? Say it a little louder, sir. Am I lying?
No.
I got
He only,
witnesses.
okay.
Is Xavier playing this game tonight?
Xavier about to get left behind.
He's probably not. He's not there today, right?
No, he was supposed to be here. Where'd you find out where your brother at? Yeah, I'm live, but find out where your brother at. I can still be a parent while I'm live. Moving right along, man. Let's not even get into my skill set, because if it came down to it, I could run circles around both of you at the same time. So please, let's stop this.
Okay.
The problem is I'm not even worried about running, but okay.
I'm saying pizza party, and you watch how many squares each person gets, doing the math in your head like there's 5 of us. Each pizza has 18 squares, 3 pizza everybody gets.
Yeah, because that's how it works. That's how pizza parties at your job, that's how they work. Employee appreciation.
Oh man, they bought pizza for us. We got pizza. It was I don't know what swanky restaurant they went to get the pizzas. I think we had like Marguerite. Then we had like some type of works pizza. Like basically, here's what I said. I said you didn't find the right fat person to make this order. All right, because there's a rule to it. If you're ordering for a bunch of people, you get you a cheese, you get you a veggie for those weirdos, you get you a swan. I'm sorry, you get you a veggie for those people that don't like taste. You get swan
That don't like what?
taste, like things that taste.
What are you
good.
talking about? What are we doing here? Now we getting veggie pizza slander? Like, what the fuck?
What? Who eats veggie pizza? Like, okay, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Now, if we're not gonna talk about my taste, because we're not gonna talk about my taste, sweet. I'm at the season capital of the world. So yeah.
I understand that, but I mean, you like veggie pizza. I don't know.
Because
it's like a demerit. You know what I'm saying?
Continue.
You know, you get you one with pepperoni, and maybe you get a sausage, and then we good.
You got to throw in a Hawaiian for the weirdos.
Oh,
Well, no, because you already did the veggie for the weirdo.
And she
Not
put
on-
her hair back on me.
not on my watch.
See? No, I mean, you don't need a Hawaiian because you already did a veggie for the weirdos.
Exactly.
You know, we only get one.
Yeah.
Look at you.
And you gotta get. Then I mean, it just no. We get like Jersey Mike's, and we get all the stuff instead of raises and stuff like that. So it is what it is.
Oh, I gotta go to Potbelly's tomorrow.
See, if you come on over to Helen Hunt Motors,
Oh God.
you get raises, bonuses, as well as taking out for breakfast and lunch on a regular basis.
And hazard pay.
Sir, picking me up off my feet does not constitute a raise.
No, you literally get a raise in your pay. Like,
Raising my blood pressure does not.
hey,
Come on,
it's better
let's
than what I
find this
used to get. You know what they used to give me as a raise? They say, hey, come on, we're gonna put you on a forklift. They put me on a cherry pick and raise me up to the 3rd level. Like, all right, you the top employee now.
Right.
Yeah, I don't get that anymore because Helen Hunt Motors has treated me with such kindness and such reverence. But let's get to this. Come on, Olympic update. Lady C, take it away.
Blessed assurance.
Mm.
So
You got about
First
20
of all-
minutes.
so first I want to issue a grievance. You know, with the opening and the flight, with the videos and the put me on airplane mode, the hell and carnage that I had last week just has deterred me from anything flight. I am traumatized, fully traumatized. But
I think it's pretty snazzy. I was
It-
over here too happy.
it was until, you know, it got time for my plane to take off, and then I got stuck in DC. So, hey, I don't know.
The intro has nothing to do with that, but okay.
It does. It triggers. It's triggering. Very triggering, sir. It's giving trigger.
Okay.
But you know, I'm gonna try to Fort Mose. But in the meantime, I got my Merlot. So I'm work on that. Like it would kind of help to be, you know, drinking our drink. So into the meat and potatoes of the Olympics, we have made it through gymnastics. Gymnastics is over with, so we have a few more days of the Summer Olympics. Right now, USA is at 86. Last I checked, which was maybe about an hour ago, we are at 86. And we are finally in the lead with the gold medal count of 24 versus China. Like second place is China. They have 22. I'm sure that'll change soon. We were trailing Japan for a while. But now we are, you know, in the thick of it with the gymnastics ending. Of course, we know Team USA won gold. And Team Brazil won bronze. I mean, silver, I believe. But then we get to the all around and the individual apparatuses and whatnot. So Simone won, obviously. Simone won the all around. She won gold. And Suni Lee won bronze. With Brazil's Rebecca Andrade taking silver. And, you know, she made Simone work. She made her work. To the point where Simone was like, yeah, I'm tired. She can have the next one. I don't care. I'm tired. But they were like really close the entire time. But Jay Carey, she got bronze on beam. Simone and Suni, they both fell off. They got 5th and 6th place, I believe. And it was, you know, just the individual apparatus, and, you know, they complained about the noise, or the lack of noise, because what they're used to is a lot of background noise. Someone, you know, because the individual, you know, elements are, you know, they're doing everything simultaneously. So you, at the same time, you got floor going on with vault, and, you know, beam going on with uneven bars. Like they're all going on at the same time because, you know, everybody's in groups. But, and then they got to the floor. Simone took 2nd place and Jordan Childs took 3rd place. And that was after a review. Like at first she didn't get it, but the coaches filed an appeal for a review, which made them go back and you know, rescore an element, because there was another element that was added in the last moment. So Romania actually had the bronze, but after the review, that pushed Jordan up, so she got the bronze. And so people were, you know, upset about that. Some people were upset about that, but that's their right. Every team has that option at any time to go back and do a review of, you know, what happened, their scoring review, their starting score, their starting valuation, and whatnot. Everybody has that right. You know, Team Romania could have went back and done it herself, themselves, but they chose not to. And then there was a little flack that Jordan and Simone caught because Rebecca Andrade from Brazil, she finally got a gold medal in floor. And in a great display of sportsmanship and respect for her and for each other, Simone and Jordan both bowed down to her. They gave her flowers, like when she stepped up, they gave her flowers. Which I have no problem with that. That is amazing, because this is like maybe her second gold medal. Go for it, Kevin. Yes, sir.
Who gave them flack about that? I seen that on Twitter, and everybody was like, "Oh, this is just great. This is the greatest video you'll see of the Olympics."
Oh, well, you always have your crickets.
No, I saw
Please,
Marlon Humphrey. Marlon Humphrey
Yeah.
from the Ravens was one of the first people to come out and complain about
and
it.
say how disgusting it was.
Really?
Yeah.
Someone who doesn't have a Super Bowl ring, because you're not gonna go out there and flip, because hell, you get flipped on the fucking field every time you touch it. So I'm just saying, why would you even have something to say about it?
Well, I think
Because
part of that is built out of ignorance, because I think the reverence was being paid because they say that this young lady from Brazil is supposedly the next Simone Biles. And I think people that don't know, and when you casually watch sports and you don't know all the stories, something happens and you automatically jump into protesting or like complaining, but you don't know the whole dynamic of what's going on.
Right. And her backstory, like she's the most decorated Brazilian Olympian. But she had to fight for that. Like 2-3 years ago, she tore her ACL, and she had to fight back from that injury. So yeah, for her to get gold, like, of course, no, she's not the next Simone Biles. She is Brazil's equivalent of Simone Biles.
That's what I meant. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So like that's it. Some people were saying how, disgusting, and of course he got attacked for it. Humphrey got attacked for it, rightfully so, because ultimately it's a sign of sportsmanship. Because even though they see each other at the Olympics, they see each other at the Worlds, they see each other at different meets. World championships, they're going to see each other. We have a lot of athletes that are training in the USA but representing other countries. Like there's a swimmer from Paraguay that got asked to leave the Olympic Village because she made let's find a nice word for it. She made the atmosphere a little inappropriate and uncomfortable for other Olympians that were still braving the village.
Explain.
She wasn't. So whenever they're there, they, everyone has a team outfit and they have team clothes. So she wasn't necessarily wearing the selected and suggested outfits for her team. She was walking around dressing provocatively, allegedly, because I wasn't there in Paris. So, and then instead of supporting her team at one of her teammates at one of the events, she chose to go to Disneyland in Paris. Hell, I would have done that too. I'm just saying. But like she missed out at her chance in the semis. I want to say in the 200 semifinals. So her career was her Olympics were already over. Why not go do a little sightseeing? I'm just saying. So apparently, they were upset about that and they asked her to leave the Olympic Village, and she did, no biggie. No contesting it. She wouldn't stay at a hotel.
Which one are we talking about? Because it's a swimmer from Paraguay and also a Brazilian swimmer that was sent home.
The swimmer from Paraguay.
Okay, she was the one that kicked out of the Olympics by her country for inappropriate behavior. She lives in Dallas, but is from Paraguay. And was allegedly laughing naked.
Right.
And then the Brazilian swimmer has been sent home from Paris after a sneaky night out. Oh, she went on an escapade, and you had to take pictures. It's all on social media, so she got caught.
Of course. Like, they can't be like us. You know, we did all our dumb shit before social media, so like we may have some Polaroids, but that's about it.
Ooh la la, ah wee wee.
But you know, this is a time for them to have fun and to relax after their events. Like, that is such, you know, a lot of people don't understand how stressful that is to, you know, be training all this time and then, you know, competing and trying to give it your best so you can get gold. You're not doing it just for your country, but you know what's pushing you is yourself.
But
so
here's the thing. I understand that they're in the Olympic Village, but do you understand the amount of extracurricular activities that go on in the Olympic Village? You know how many babies are made in the Olympic Village every 4 years?
Yeah, well, they can't do it in Paris because they got them damn cardboard beds that barely support one person.
Nah, who was that? I can't remember which ladies it was, but they were RKOing each other on the bed. They were jumping, dropping elbows, everything. Them beds are hard, and they can support more than one person. It's just an uncomfortable ride, though.
I'm not gonna ask. Are we really worried about the beds here?
Oh man, we was worried about the beds off the break because come on now, these are Olympic athletes. They should have better accommodations than what they got. It's not just the beds; it's the accommodations. Period.
But we're talking about athletes and them doing extracurricular activities. Are we really worried about?
We're talking about athletes who are representing for their country.
You hearing me? You're not listening to me. Yes, we're talking about that because I hear what you're saying. But you look,
I hear you completely.
I think there's some other. I'll just say it like this. I think there's some other hotel room accoutrement that will help in the action or the activity of the extracurricular. So I don't think we worried about beds. That's all.
Let me say it.
For a lot of people, this is their first time going abroad. Okay. You know, so and then, you know, they're young. They're young. They're in their 20s, and you know, if they still got the strength, they're in their 30s, and you know, they just, this is their first time to Paris. You know, first time out the country, first time to Paris. Go live it up, YOLO, damn it.
James King
YOLO.
Said, well, no, you live every day, you die once. James King said exactly. When I'm getting it in, damn, what the bed feel like. I mean, boom. But here's my thing. When has it ever been wrong for Olympic athletes to leave the Olympic Village? Unless you're in a hostile host country, I understand. But let's take it all the way back to 92. They were leaving the Olympic Village every night to go party. They said they couldn't stop Charles Barkley from partying. He was the life of the party with Angola. He was out drinking with them every night. When the Olympics came into Atlanta in 96, everybody was out and partying in Atlanta. Come on now.
I mean, they were partying so hard in you know, Rio. Hell, Ryan Lochte got robbed.
Let's get focused here. We got 18 minutes.
Yes, time. Yes, timekeeper. But moving on. Moving on. So we got that clears out gymnastics. They're done. So now we have track and field. So the women's 200 final, Gabby Thomas won. Of course, we went 1 and 3. Gabby Thomas and Brittany Brown. The men's 100 final, Noah Lyles, who was already favored to win it. He struggled though. In the semis. They had to go back and review from all angles to make sure that he actually won. It was a photo finish. Like it was about as slick as frog hair finish. But for the final, he made it. He got gold. Fred Curley got bronze. They beat out Kashawn Thompson from Jamaica. He got second. So, and the women's 100, you have Julian Alfred from St. Lucia. She got their first medal for their country. I know it's their first medal in track, but it may be their first medal ever. But
the young lady from Dominga is the one that I think got the first medal for her country.
Dominica. Yeah, Dominica. I have family there, but yeah, Dominica. She got the first medal ever. Taya, I can't remember her last name, but it's Taya something. But there was issues surrounding this 100. Yeah, that was the finals. So yeah, there was issues surrounding this 100 in the women's. So of course Sha'Carri, our little Puff the Magic Dragon, Sha'Carri, she got second, and Melissa got third. So Shelly and Fraser Price dropped out of the finals, and it was because, like, what the sources are saying is that because they didn't, it was both Sha'Carri and Shelly, because they did not arrive. There was a rule change apparently that they were unaware about, and they did not arrive with the team per the rules. So therefore, they could not get in through the private entrance. They had to walk all the way around to get, and it was about an hour walk. Sources are saying it was about an hour walk around to get in. And then they had to walk back across to get to the warm-up area. Sha'Carri just, persevered and pushed through. But Shelly was like, yeah, no, fuck this. Because this was going to be her last one anyway. But through all the, stress that she had went through just to get there for the finals, just to get there for the race, that was too much for her. She was like, okay, yeah, no, I'm out. It's not worth it. And I agree for the most part. It's something that you can respect from both ladies, because Shelly has enough medals. She's done a lot in her career. So she has, a lot to hang her hat on. And I can also appreciate the hunger that Sha'Carri has, this being her first Olympics, because, since missing out on Tokyo. So it's something that is respected and appreciated for both the ladies. Yes, sir, Mr. Kevin.
It's kind of funny because this story keeps popping up. And they talk about Sha'Carri missing the Olympics 3 years ago because of her positive drug test. But they allowed a child rapist, if you want to be top correct, to compete, and nobody even batted a fucking eye.
Yep.
I'd love to be alone in the closet with that dude.
I just need 2 minutes.
Midnight Rider, you're a little stuck. We alone in the closet. He can't run nowhere. He can't get away from me. I'm gonna juggle the shit out of his ass. That's all I'm gonna say.
Not jugger. But for everyone that is, sane and has their sanity about them, the sentiments are the same. The sentiments are equal to yours. Let's see, who else we got? 400, the men's 400 final. So the 4x400, USA, I think, took silver. And then the 400 final, we went 1 and 3, Chris Bailey and Michael Norman. Notice I did not say anything about Maryland child prodigy superstar Quincy Davis from Bullis High School. He was initially named to the 4x4, but I don't know what happened with that. He got pulled off of it. Go ahead.
No, I mean most time when they do the extras, they're just part of a pool of runners, so they're not guaranteed to perform. They're just
right.
They may participate. Like he may have participated in the early rounds, but then whatever the times were, maybe they pulled him, and then I don't know. I didn't watch the whole thing, but that could have been a thing.
He was, he was named to the team, but then he was ultimately a substitute,
right?
Because they could have substituted in early in the quarter and the semis, or they could have substitute. They have one substitution, so they could have either done it before or for the finals and whatnot. But he did not run, unfortunately. But I'm sure he still was able to enjoy himself. Now, this is where, I'm going to soapbox this just a hair. Just a hair. Women's boxing. The Algerian, Imani Khalif. Is she a man? Is she a woman? Like, do we need a gender reveal? Like, what's going on with that? What y'all think?
Well, information I heard was she has some weird thing where she has her chromosomes. Don't get me started. Go ahead, KG, because I think you were on this
yes.
At first.
Shout out again to Matty Ice because he dropped a few gems as well as a few articles. She is all woman. Does she have an extra? I think it's an XY chromosome,
right.
And she produces testosterone. Yes, and somebody equated it to this: if you think it's weird and you think she's lying, tell that to your friends, your family members, your coworkers with PCOS because they do the same exact thing.
Right.
So don't think it's weird because that's just a form of PCOS, which affects a lot of women all over the world. So to say that she's a transgender and you're saying, well, oh, she shouldn't be fighting, but no, it's all woman. Been living her life as a woman, was born a woman. Her birth certificate says female.
But if her testosterone, see, this is where they kill me with when they talk about testosterone levels. Like if your levels are at a certain point, then you gotta I think at one point she was banned from competing.
Yeah, because she failed the gender test, they say.
Yeah, because she failed her. So one source says that she failed the gender test because it revealed that she had an XY chromosome, which is male because females have XX. So one says that she failed it, and another one says she didn't complete it. So ultimately she was banned from it. but the IOC went by, passport, birth certificate, and it said female.
For an organization that talks about that has built a reputation on testing for levels and things of that nature, for their thing to be her birth certificate and all that stuff, that doesn't make sense. But I get it. I mean,
so she was banned by the IBA, the International Boxing, which is not necessarily affiliated with the IOC, which is the Olympics.
Right.
So, so she was banned on that stage as opposed to Olympics. That's why. But this does bring back, like, you remember the South African runner Caster Semenya? Same thing. Exact same thing. Exact same issue. And they made this young lady go through so much MRIs, all of this, that, and the third, everything that a woman has to do for, body health, woman health, pap smears and whatnot. Like, she went through all of that to prove that she has all woman parts. And they were like, well, you still have, you have too much testosterone in your level. So if you want to continue competing, you have to take these estrogen pills.
Okay.
And it made her sick.
If you know anything about anatomy, biology, the human body, just like women produce testosterone, maybe at a lower level than others, men produce estrogen as well. It happens.
Yeah. Because it's supposed to. But
I'm trying to find it. But what's her name? Khalif? Imane Khalif?
Imani Khalif. Yeah.
Khalif. She's a professional fighter. She has a professional record of like 29-9 or something like that, and she only has 4 KOs. So she's able to be beat, and she doesn't have knockout power.
What sparked everything was the fact that the other chick, Armenia, I believe I don't know where she was from, but she quit about 45 seconds into the bout.
46 seconds.
She's Armenian.
46. Armenian?
Yeah.
Yeah. She quit 46 seconds into the bout because you got hit.
She hadn't hit that hard before.
Like Smoker said, you got knocked the fuck out.
But let me correct that.
You can handle it.
Let me correct that. Her amateur record, Imani Khalif amateur record is 38-9. 38-9 is an amateur and only 4 KOs and 47 fights. 4 KOs. So that proves one thing: she can be beat, and she doesn't have knockout power.
Right. You was just up there weak, and then you whatever. And then there's also another fighter from Taiwan that's going through the same ordeal. But the light is not as heavy on her as it is Imani. But that's I'm not going to soapbox that so hard, but just leave folk alone. But so I just want to end this on like something really funny. Have y'all ever been to the store? Your wife, girlfriend sent you to the store for some milk and you wind up at the Olympics?
That's a hell of a transition. But no.
Yeah, because I got sent to the store for 3% milk one time and I wound up at the Olympics.
Yeah, well, apparently Turkey, this guy Yusuf Dalek from Turkey, apparently Turkey sent a hitman apparently, 51 years old. He's going viral right now about his shooting style. And it's funny because my son shoots the same thing. He does a 10-meter air pistol, and he has the gear. We have the earplugs. We have the headphones, and we have the little flap that goes over the eye, and over his safety glasses. But Eustace comes in, t-shirt, jeans, dad bod, his regular reading glasses, and takes second place.
You can tell that brother played duck hunt back in the day because he was just vicious with it.
He was vicious. Like he was vicious. Like it just kind of makes me excited for my son's upcoming shooting season because he's aging up into the next group for him. So, but yeah, I can see my kid just standing there doing that because he does that. Like he just had like just little foam earplugs. That's it. All the other kids have on like big headgear and like they're at the full shooting range. And these guns aren't loud. They're not loud at all. So, just the little foam earplugs can help. Then that muffles, all the background noise around them.
So can you in the scene from Harlem Nights where the guys were shooting the automatic pistols and the young man behind them was shooting the 6-shooter, can we confirm or deny that that's the sound that the guns in this event make?
We can deny. Yeah, what you hear on TV, yes, but like to hear it in real life, then it's a different sound. But it's just like a little pet.
See, you just said it.
Shoot that little motherfucker.
Because it's pressurized. It's like a little CO2 air pistol. Like it's nothing, and it's a very, very small pellet. Like it's going to sound like a BB gun. So there's there's no loud pow with it or anything. It's just really light.
You made me shoot him in the back of the head quick. I'm sorry.
Not my pinky toe, you. Okay.
Well, we got to get up out of here before we get too deep into it. So
that's all I got.
Comments.
In the
you got any more comments?
No.
Oh.
In the wrap up, we got to cover this real quick. We'll cover more on Thursday, but Bill Bean passed away, as well as Cowboys running back Dwayne Thomas.
You talking about Billy Bean, the Oakland's GM?
Don't think that was the Oakland GM. I pulled it up, because that's what I thought it was. And I don't think that's Billy Bean, but not the. He was an a professional baseball player, played in the MLB for the Detroit Tigers, the Los Angeles Dodgers, and San Diego Padres. In 2014, he was named MLB First Ambassador for Inclusion. 2016, he became MLB's Vice President. Ambassador for Inclusion. I believe he was the first active player to come out as gay.
Yep.
So no, that is not Oakland Athletics. Billy Bean. And Dwayne Thomas, for those that didn't know, great Cowboys running back. Probably in Super Bowl 6, probably could have been MVP with the game that he had. He led all rushes in that game, and I think he scored a touchdown. Always very outspoken the way he was treated in Dallas. So we will get into that on Thursday. But until then, final thoughts before we get out of here. You got 30 seconds apiece. Lady C.
Love each other, love yourself. Take care of each other, take care of yourself. You matter. If you don't matter to you, you matter to somebody.
Go ahead and just end the show now, because I gotta let that breathe.
Well, damn, because I had something planned, but she kind of took it on a serious road.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was going BBL Drizzy. God damn it. All right, y'all, man. We don't do no overtime. We are out of here.